are you, sitting comfortably? The blue touch paper has been well and truly lit. Fantastic. Extraordinary. They are on cloud nine. Stunning shot. A goal to dream of. Oh, that's wonderful.
West Bromwich Albion have finally reached the promised land of the Premiership. After 16 years in the footballing wilderness, the waiting is over and Albion are back in the big time. Sunday the 21st of April 2002 will live long in the memory of Albion fans who flocked to the Hawthorns, knowing that a win against Crystal Palace would take the Baggies back into the top flight. They came in expectant mood, they came ready to party. And yet, despite a season's hard work, Albion were never thought of as automatic promotion candidates. A rampant Manchester City looked certainties for the title, with near neighbours Wolves a good bet for second place. But all that was back in March. By the middle of April, Wolves' 11-point lead over Albion had been wiped out by a magnificent run of form. Wolves wobbled, while the Baggies were boinging. So to the penultimate game of the season at Bradford's Valley Parade, where an Albion win would make them masters of their own destiny. It turned out to be the most nerve-wracking game of the entire season.
West Brom need a win in order to keep their automatic promotion in their own hands. McInnes into the first minute of added time, reaches Taylor. Taylor, oh, he's upended, it's a penalty! Unbelievable! Myers challenge, Taylor goes down, and the team who just missed penalties for fun now have one of the most vital in their history. Well, Igor Barlis has been targeted as the next penalty taker. Bob Taylor, one of several who've missed for West Bromwich Albion, he's been brought down. And the team who have missed more penalties than they've scored this season have one of the most important that Gary Megson has ever witnessed. Well, you couldn't write it, could you? Igor Barlis versus Alan Coote. And he's tucked it in! Oh, look at the scenes! A win on the final day and promotion to the Premiership is theirs! Unbridled joy! Has a penalty ever meant so much to West Bromwich Albion? Oh, there are kids crying! They came for a party, fancy dress and wigs, and it's come down to a penalty from Barlis in stoppage time. Would you believe it? They're a win away from the Premiership. It's as simple as that. And Gary Megson cannot believe it. He almost didn't want to look, but he dared to. If they can hang on for the seconds that remain, promotion will come down to 90 minutes at Hawthorns.
So it came right down to the wire, with just one game left to go. The only question remained was whose nerve would hold. Black Country comedians Enoch and Ale added their own touch of humour.
Kid. What? I tell you what, it's the best pint I've had this morning.
Do you remember when the foundries was up the road here?
I used to work there.
And can you remember the ironworks? That was great, boy. Remember when the barges used to go by?
When men was men.
And the football. Can you remember when the Albion and the Wolves was in the top flight?
Oh, hey, my memory ain't that good. It's true.
Hey, like, what you're praying for? I'm praying for the Albion to win. What are you praying for?
Well, I want the Wolves to come through this weekend, I do.
Oh, you still believe in miracles then?
OK, it's time to party. Your commentators are Jim Beglin and first, John Chaplin.
As we can see, in some senses, the party has already started in the stands and on the terraces. 27,000 all-ticket crowd but no exaggeration to say that they could have sold 65,000 tickets for this, a game amongst all games. West Brom, champions of the Football League way back in 1920, have their destiny in their own hands, and just as importantly in this most fervent of footballing areas, they also control the fate of their oldest and greatest rivals. For the majority of the country, it's just intriguing to eavesdrop. For the Black Country, this matters more than mere words can ever express. For celebrity fans as well as those slightly more anonymous, this a day, hopefully, to be savoured. "16 years since the Baggies last played at the top table of English football. This a club that became synonymous with style in the 70s, when Ron Atkinson could field Regis, Cunningham, Robson. They came third in the league, reached the quarter-final of the UEFA Cup. But the modern West Bromwich Albion are much more pragmatic. They don't score many, but they hardly concede any at all. And the equation is simple: win, and they are up. For West Brom, a day when history can be made. For Crystal Palace, who hope to be in a similar position, merely the final act of a disappointing season. All to play for, nothing to play for. Oh, that it was really that simple. Well, here is the lineup of players charged with carrying West Brom into the land of milk and honey. Or should that be money? There's just one change to the team that won so dramatically at Bradford last weekend, and that's up front, where 35-year-old Bob Taylor is preferred to Scott Dobie. West Brom have the meanest defence in the division. Holt, Moore and Clement were all named in the PFA's Team of the Year, chosen by their fellow professionals.
Well, the one thing Gary Megson would have wanted was to be able to pick such a strong lineup. OK, Jason Roberts apart, but Holt in goal, the three centre-backs and the wing-backs have been so solid, best record in the league. And I think if they can remain calm and focused, as they have done all season, and that'll give them the base today. I think McInnes, the skipper, big part to play in midfield and keeping things steady. Up front, they've got to avoid falling into the trap of over-relying on Tikio, and I think Taylor's now to just do the trick.
Crystal Palace can count on the backing of Wolves supporters everywhere. One former Wolves striker, Dougie Freedman, is out injured, but another, Adi Akinbayi, is due a goal or two. Sir Jack Hayward even suggested a hat-trick would be nice. They brought Simon Roger back into midfield. Trevor Francis feels honour bound to field his strongest possible team. Yeah,
and it's like for like, 3-5-2. Obviously Baggies fans will be praying Akinbayi doesn't get a sniff today, and he'll certainly be more confident after his goal last week, but Clinton Morrison is the man to fear. And I think if he gets the service, then Granville and Fleming need to push forward to try and help him out. I think West Brom, they've got also to avoid allowing David Hopkins to get into one of those shooting positions in or around the box, because he can punish from long range.
There is Akinbayi. At this level, he's got a proven record. In the First Division, he can indeed hit a barn door. The height of Danny Dicchio, who's played in the Premiership for Queen's Park Rangers, how important will that be? And feeding off him, the veteran, 35-year-old Bob Taylor, 130 goals in 2 spells for this club, and playing despite a fractured hand. And talking of hands, no hands more important than those of the goalkeeper in the midst of that huddle at the moment. Russell Holt, the most difficult goalkeeper to beat in the First Division. And a sense of déjà vu for the referee, Eddie Wolstenholme, in charge of the infamous Battle of Bramall Lane only 5 weeks ago, and today renewing acquaintance with West Bromwich Albion. Gary Megson has given his final orders. He's been very calm in the build-up, but today is quite uptight. He's taken his team to the very brink of the Premier League. It's been a stealthy rise up the First Division table by West Brom, only 7th at the turn of the year, still 11 points behind Wolves only a month ago, but now on the brink. If they win, they're up, and Wolves, deliciously for all baggies, will be consigned to the playoffs. What, though, Jim Beglin, are the dangers for West Bromwich Albion today?
Well, the first thing they've got to do is use the noise in the stadium at the moment to their advantage and the fantastic support they're getting, because if they start well, that will only get better. If they start poorly, things can get edgy, the crowd will have a big influence on things, and anything can happen from there, so they've got to thrive on what they're hearing just now.
There's Danny Dicchio. They haven't lost when he's scored. A £1.25 million purchase from Sunderland just after the start of the season. And this West Bromwich Albion team in total has cost just £4.2 million to assemble. Header was by Granville, on by Akinbaye, and stooping, it's guided back by Phil Gilchrist. Bright sunshine, no appreciable breeze. A pitch that's showing one or two signs of wear and tear, but should play reasonably well. And this is Neil Clement, dispossessed by Rihilati.
I'm sure Gary Megson's been working overtime this week and trying to keep his players focused but relaxed nonetheless. And I think also, you know, I hope for his sake he's addressed the fact that things could go wrong. You know, if the players sense that maybe Wolves have gone ahead at Hillsborough or they go behind here, it's not the end of the world. Don't panic.
Here's Clinton Morrison. Akinbaye's in the middle. Rihilati's arriving as well. It's Gilchrist in the way, and Hopkin guides it to Curtis Fleming. Well, it's a free kick to Crystal Palace. West Brom hoping early nerves will settle, but it won't do their nerves any good to be defending this. It's Danny Granville, and it's well struck and deflected, and that's a very good save by Russell Holt.
He shouldn't have got the shot in. It's as simple as that. I mean, Granville's standing, they can all see it, and they're a little late getting to him. And that deflection was taken around to the top corner off Moore. Great save by Holt, but it was really well struck by Granville. But once this happens, and who knows, that's a good tip over.
The PFA's First Division goalkeeper of the year. Corner to Crystal Palace. West Brom can be excused a few jangling nerves. Simon Roger to take. And the header is cleared on the line and then scooped away by Sigurdsson. Gilchrist, that's not what he intended. But Holt has prevented the corner, and no way could that be deemed to be a back pass. Bob Taylor, hustled out a bit by Fleming. Chambers, well read by Hayden Mullins, who's had a good season for Crystal Palace, much of it playing in central midfield. Remember, the equation today is that West Bromwich Albion have to match whatever Wolves do at Hillsborough against Sheffield Wednesday.
But you listen to the atmosphere, the change in atmosphere already.
Gary Megson is keeping in touch with the scoreline from Hillsborough. It's just ironic that he's a former Sheffield Wednesday player and still lives in the Steel City. Austin, Akinbaye, regathered by Clement for West Brom. Now Andy Johnson. Taylor set off early on his run, but Popovic read it. Poor clearance by Kalinko. In the end atoned as Taylor lunged in. Popovic it was who headed it back.
He's hurt too, he's taken a knock from Taylor. I mean, I thought the ball was there for the striker to go for. I certainly don't think he's intended to foul him. It was a poor kick to begin with. I think Popovic did well. Left it slightly short. Taylor saw his chance. Kalinko's favourite, but it was there to go for. And he did catch him.
Alex Kalinko rarely has a quiet, unobtrusive game. There's usually something. A Latvian international signed from Skonto Riga a couple of seasons ago. I wonder what's going through the mind of Trevor Francis. He'd have loved to have been the manager in playoff contention or promotion contention. Crystal Palace are going to end up 5 or 6 points short, but of course he knows so much about playoffs from the last few seasons at Birmingham City. Seems that Kalinko is going to be okay. Unbeaten in their last 9 league matches going back to the end of February. They've won 6 of their last 7, 13 of the last 18. That's been the surging run that's taken them to within sniffing distance of next season's Barclaycard Premiership. Here's Bob Taylor, and Taylor gets a shot away.
That's why he's been selected. It's as simple as that, for sniffing out chances like that. It's route one. Russell Holt's kicked it. It should be dealt with much better. They should get a head on it, Palace. Then everybody backs off. It was very tight, but I think he did extremely well, slightly off balance, to get anything in. That's unlucky.
Not everyone who wanted a ticket could get one. Some more resourceful than others. Brom's free kick though. Here's Neil Clement. Johnson. Header out by Austin. Neil Clement. No better left foot in the division than his.
Well, it was a great run by Johnson to begin with. You know, almost got in, but it was a nice little flick back. It wasn't very well clear. There isn't much power in the header, and you don't want to fall into that, man. Sacrifice power for technique, make sure he was going to strike it properly, and he did just that, but the keeper, Kalinko, was always there, and I think he makes the save at his own target.
Here's McInnes. Ballis. It's he who got that winning penalty at Valley Parade last week. Taking on Granville. Trying to usher the ball out. It is a throw. Akinbaye is limping a little for Crystal Palace. And so he's not defending this throw in. Andy Johnson. A good play by Johnson, 3 waiting. Bob Taylor. De Keo deflected and Rihilati gets it away. There was a flag on the far side.
That was brilliant by Andy Johnson again, to craft a little bit of space for himself and get it in. Difficult as well for a big man like De Keo to try that. Nearly broke for Johnson again, but offside given.
Andy Johnson, who's played in the Premier League, Norwich and Nottingham Forest. very important signing earlier this season for West Brom.
That was money well spent. It wasn't much either, was it?
Mullin's back pass. Dealt with well by Kalinko. Good spot by the referee. West Brom have the free kick. Eddie Wolstenholme, one of the select group of referees. Darren Moore is forward. He's only scored once for West Brom. That's below par by his scoring standards. This is Darren Moore, though. And there's Johnson now. Was he pushed? It's Moore! It's in! Darren Moore for West Brom! And what were we saying? He's not scored his fair share. Well, how much is that one worth?
Well, it's worked out perfectly for him because he's the one that's got to the far post to win the initial header and get it back across goal. I thought there was a foul by Riolati on Johnson. He seemed to push him out of it. Doesn't matter, doesn't help. Having got the earlier header in, Moore has just held his ground. The ball's arrived straight back at his feet. And to be honest, once it comes back to him, centre-back, it doesn't get many goals or not, he can hardly miss that. And this place has gone absolutely wild. What a goal that is. Through Kalinko's legs maybe in the end. Anyway will do.
Gary Megson watching his side go in front. It's 1-0. It's been 1-0 so often this season. 17 times West Brom have won 1-0. 7 times they've lost 1-0. The First Division's answer to the old Arsenal. 1-0 to the Albion. Does roll off the tongue, doesn't it? De Gea. West Brom back in second place now. Back in the second automatic promotion berth, thanks to Darren Moore, who already is something of a folk hero in his first season with the club. The supporters come wearing special wigs to celebrate his hairstyle. You must think you're on Merseyside, couldn't you?
No, he won't be happy with that. If that's to look like Darren Moore, he's not going to be happy, I'll tell you. What they've got to do now, I mean, the whole place is lifted again. What we've got to do now is go and get a second. Don't have to throw caution.
They don't do that, Jim. They don't do second goals.
At home today, they should. Cannot run the risk.
Both Wolves and West Brom a goal to the good. Hopkins throw. Off the head of Sigurdsson. Popovic. Darren Moore. And Riolati. And the flag's up on this near side. Still not moving freely, Adi Akinbaye.
I think when Riolati eventually got the shot in, well, Akinbaye is certainly offside. Maybe in the end Morrison is just a shade offside as well. Correct decision.
Such animation around the stadium. Derek McInnes. Now Adam Chambers. Twin brothers on the staff at West Brom as well, James. Well, West Brom leading through Darren Moore's goal after 17 minutes that changed the mood at the Hawthorns.
Well, it was a great ball in, you know, it's crying out for somebody to attack it. And after Moore wins it, I mean, he's fortunate that it comes back to him, and indeed it does go through Kalinko's legs in the end. You can't blame the keeper, though, because it's so close, he gets good contact on it, and he just can't readjust in time to keep it out.
Last time West Brom were promoted to the top division, they clinched promotion with a goal from that man in the spectacles in the middle of your shot, Tony Bomber Brown. 1-0 at Oldham they won 26 years ago this week to earn promotion to the old First Division. Thought about a shot, instead he's Tried to play an Akinbaye. Neil Clement tumbles. And that's half-time. And Darren Moore's goal separates the teams and puts West Bromwich Albion in a very healthy position. So much of the early tension eased when Moore swept the ball in for only his second goal for the club. The Hawthorns rising as one to acclaim their heroes. They're halfway there. Half-time, West Brom 1, Palace 0. So many hopes, so many dreams, so many potential problems to navigate in the next 45 minutes. Crowd quite subdued during half-time, but then the wall of noise resurrected as soon as West Brom reappeared from the tunnel. There are no changes to either side. West Brom, 45 minutes from a place in the Premiership. Crystal Palace well capable of spoiling the party. Finding Austin further upfield for Crystal Palace. Things do not change. Akinbaye is limping already. In fact, he's limping more markedly, and he's looking plaintively towards the Crystal Palace bench.
He's just signalled to the bench that he'd gone, and then he put a kind of a minor sprint on again, so I don't know.
Rihilati. Quinton Morrison's offside. Crystal Palace are beginning to prepare a substitute. Clearly said to Akinbaye that go and see how you are in the opening moments of this second half, and the answer seems to be none too well. It's going to be Tommy Black who comes on for Crystal Palace. Here's Neil Clement. Johnson went in a little late on Hayden Mullins. He wants words, I think, with the pair of them. Mullins wasn't the offender that time, but he did just have a little kick out at Johnson after the incident.
He did. You often see it like that when a player miscontrols or overruns the ball, and he often has a little pop at Mullins, in this case, who came in to intercept.
Well, this is the opportunity for the substitution to be made. That's Tommy Black, former Arsenal player. Goes the one-time Wolves striker. It's the end of the road for number 55.
I think there'll be some relief that at least he can't write the script from now on anyway. But Tommy Black's a gritty little character, you know, he'll give Palace a little bit of width, good ball carrier.
He's quick as well, isn't he?
He is quick. In fact, he's just going to play up front alongside Morrison. It's a straight swap, he's not going to go wide. Not yet anyway.
Moore, there's no contest in the air, Moore against Black. But on the ground it might be interesting. Taylor, Chambers, encouraging the Slovakian Palace. Bob Taylor is joining De Keo in the middle. Pity about the cross.
I think he's done well though. You know, all afternoon long up to now, he's just looked to get forward any chance he could. He's always given the Baggies an option on that right side.
Rihilati guilty this time of leading with his arm against Darren Moore. Palace, who's retired from international football with Slovakia, so won't be lining up against England in the European Championship qualifiers. Rihilati, who lined up against England in the World Cup qualifiers. This is all about qualification for the Barclaycard Premiership. Gilchrist's kick. De Keo, Taylor, Darren Moore's forward again. It's Bob Taylor! And it's a corner, it took a deflection.
I think it's Mullins who's done just enough. Not sure he knew a lot about it, but he got something on it. I mean, you'd expect De Keo to be winning those. When it comes back in, it's a good reaction by Taylor, and it's just clipped Mullins on the backside.
Palace was taking corners at training on Friday, and and he was taking wickedly delivered corner kicks. Rather like that. Sigurdsson. He does deliver them well. Shirt pulling on that occasion, so it came to nothing, but Ballis and Clement from either side provide plenty of options with free kicks and corners. Hopkin. There's a chance for Tommy Black to have a little gallop. Dealt with by Adam Chambers. West Brom have scored only 60 goals all season, which is a minuscule number really for a side in the top two of the division. What's also interesting is that only Stockport, the bottom club by a margin, have had fewer shots on target.
Incredible. I just think it tells the tale of their togetherness, their cohesion, their spirit.
Moore is up again. His goal separates the teams. His goal at the moment is putting West Bromwich Albion into the Premier League. Popovic. Here's Moore. Clemens. There's another ripple round the ground. Here's Tommy Black. And Morrison is onside this time. Out comes Russell Holt. And Holt just clears the touch. And there is no way that they can keep news from Hillsborough from these players for very long, not with the crowd's reactions. Rogers' corner is easy for Russell Holt. Already in the stands, they're beginning to party here, though.
I can tell you it's lovely for a defender as well when a goalkeeper comes and does that.
That's the top three. We know all about Manchester City. Second place was a real mystery coming into today's games, things becoming a little clearer. There's Chambers, he was fouled by Mullins, it's going to be the first yellow card of the game. He had been warned.
Well, he was victim of one earlier himself, and he can't really excuse that. He's very late on Chambers.
So a chance for West Brom. They're not content to qualify for the Premiership by dint of Wolves losing. They want to win handsomely. And Neil Clement's prowess with his left foot has been a feature of the season. It is Clement, and it's awkward, it's Taylor! It's 2-0! It's within touching distance now, and the goal has been scored by one of West Brom's greatest ever strikers. He can see the promised land.
I always make a case for a goalkeeper when the ball bounces in front, and it wasn't the most wickedly struck shot from Clement, but I'm sorry, on this occasion I just can't defend Kalinko. It's a dreadful error by the goalkeeper, but Bob Taylor was put in the side today specifically for sniffing out chances like that. He did something similar after a Clement free kick and getting the winner at Nottingham Forest recently. He's done it again today, but it's a dreadful goalkeeping mistake.
One becomes two. Nationwide is about to become Premier. That's the way it's looking at the moment.
Here's one for you, John. When's the last time West Brom conceded 2 goals? I don't think they have this year, have they?
It's 22 games since last they conceded more than 1 in a match.
Well, it's got to be a hell of a turnaround now, then.
Here's Roger, away on the half volley by Moore.
And little should I have doubted you.
But you did.
Spot on.
That's the top 3. West Brom securely at the moment in 2nd place. Bit of shirt pulling. It's going to be a free kick. Biggest crowd of the season at the Hawthorns, that's no surprise. The gate receipts record broken for the 5th time this season. Here to worship as well as to celebrate, it seems. Still more than half an hour to play. 4 up for Crystal Palace. Rihilati. Confusion in front of him involving Popovic, and Gilchrist didn't help. Long suffering. They've had some agonising times. They dropped into the bottom 2 divisions for 2 seasons, the only time in their history, back in the early 90s, but now on the verge of the elite. Fleming. Clinton Morrison, who's, I think, had a chance today. He hasn't. There can't be many games in which that's been the case this season. And with 24 goals to his credit. Here's Tony Popovic. Rihilati. Danny Granville. This First Division football is equivalent to banging your head against a brick wall, trying to score against West Brom. Popovic, Mullins, Rihilati, out away by Sigurdsson. Dikio made it his. And then Taylor was held back by Rihilati. Good advantage played by the referee. And the goalkeeper is stranded. And the chip is just wide, fractionally wide from Igor Ballis. That would have brought the house down.
I think he's been fantastic on the right side, Ballas. Every opportunity, anything that breaks. Look how deep he is there when the ball's been held up. And once it slipped through from Taylor, he's onto it immediately. That's unlucky.
Good refereeing as well by Eddie Wolstenholme to allow play to continue.
Great referee. I think he's done well today, Wolstenholme. He's been on top of everything very quickly, and it's fair to say it is a little easier again to referee than when he refereed West Brom last.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's Popovic, that's a foul. Here's Mullins. Now Curtis Fleming. Rubins. He's had a chance to get clear. That is when he can be dangerous, rather like Tommy Black. Popovic, the shackles being maintained by West Brom. Mistake though by Johnson. Perhaps an opportunity for Clinton Morrison. Perhaps not. Across towards David Hopkin, and it's forced behind by Sigurdsson. Here the corner not cleared. Rihilati. Goal kick. But Bob Taylor's goal is making such a difference here after Kalinko's awful error from Clement's free kick. And what a reception he got. His 131st goal for West Bromwich Albion. What odds, Jim, would you give me on the First Division's strongest defence, conceding 3 goals in the next 24 minutes, because that's what it's going to take for Wolves to have a hope.
I'll give you 1,000 to 1. You want to bet?
No, that's okay. How about this for a reception for Bob Taylor? He's done his job, and they're nearly there. No one more popular than the 35-year-old striker, but here's the younger apprentice, Scott Dobie. Leading scorer with 12 this season, signed from Carlisle at the beginning of the campaign. And here are those fresh legs. And likewise for Palace, Rihilati off, Jovan Kirovski on in his place, the American international, who once was on the books of Manchester United, albeit very briefly. First touch for Dobie. And here's Neil Clement. That was a good header away by Granville. Mullins. Good ball. Pursued by Kirovski, and Darren Moore helped it back to Russell Holt. Is there any way to unlock this door? That's what half the First Division's been wondering all season.
Not easy, but he's been outstanding. And what I like about Moore as well, he knows his limitations. He doesn't try and get clever and play fancy football. He's very, very direct.
Switch forward for Scott Dobie. Popovic limps away, having taken a blow to his face. And Popovic is a little groggy. Crystal Palace are a man light at the back here. Can West Brom take advantage? Palace's cross is a little too deep. Popovic still in some trouble inside his own penalty area. Really was swaying around like a boxer who'd just been thumped on the point of the chin. Granville.
Well, it looked pretty close from here, didn't it, first off, but judging by Holt's reaction, I think he was comfy all the way, that it was just curling away from goal and no threat. And it opened up again. West Brom have been a little sluggish at times to close people down, but yeah, you could see from Holt, never troubled.
If West Brom are to make it, it will mean so much to Frank Burrows, the assistant manager, who earlier this season was battling against cancer. An integral part of the backroom staff here at the Hawthorns. Hopkin. Austin. Rubins. Dobie doing a little bit of defensive duty. The clearances by Lars Sigurdsson. West Brom's journey started just up the road at Walsall on the 11th of August. 46 games on. They are approaching a moment of great fulfilment. This is Jordal. If his goal had been allowed against Rotherham 2 weeks ago, West Brom wouldn't have any doubts at all. The ball a good 2 feet over the line. They couldn't believe it then, they can scarcely believe this now. Not one of the touted few at the outset of the season. They've upset the odds, they've upset Wolverhampton Wanderers more than anyone else. Danny Granville. It'd be anticlimactic if Crystal Palace were to score at this point. What would really top celebrations off for West Brom would be a third goal. A focal point for the party to begin. And it may come. It's Scott Dobie. Popovic won't get there. It's Dobie, and he's denied by Kalinko, who's had quite an afternoon of it. Dobie buffeted and pushed towards that corner.
But hasn't he done a good job since he came on, Scott Dobie? I mean, he started the season brilliantly for them as well after they lost Lee Hughes. But today, since he came on for Bob Taylor, you know, he's looked like getting in a few times.
Morrison, who was pushed from behind by Gilchrist. Here's Black. Fourth official has come to the near touchline. Fleming. Granville, behind him, one or two of the advertising hoardings have been kicked over by supporters who I think are keen to invade the pitch. Never mind 3 lions on the shirt. For Frank Skinner, it's all about his beloved baggies now. $27,000 waiting for the whistle to blow. No need for Austin to clear that. It's going through to Kalinko. West Brom, who were in at the start of the Football League way back when, in 1888, now on the verge of joining the Premier League for the first time in their history. Here goes Ballis. Oh, and there are 3 gaining ground in the middle. But Ballis is heading for the corner flag. Would have been worth the early cross because it was 3 against 3 in the centre. McInnes. 2 extra minutes to be played. Jordao. Ball's got stuck in there and the referee is going to allow a substitution to be made. And this is a notable substitution because it's 34-year-old Rule Fox who has said that he's going to leave the club at the end of the season and will probably retire from professional football. Danny Dicchio, whose height has caused problems, is coming off. And the final word will go to a winger who has delighted supporters at Norwich and at Tottenham and at Newcastle. This is very nearly journey's end for Rule Fox.
Well, I think it's a lovely touch by the manager to bring him into an occasion like this and let him sample at least probably a minute or so of it anyway.
Very shortly, it'll be journey's end for West Bromwich Albion. One of the most historic, one of the most famous, one of the proudest names in English football. Stewards all the way round the perimeter of the pitch, but they're going to have a job on to stop the invasion. And the referee has decided to blow up early. And West Bromwich Albion are in the Premiership. The Boing Boing Baggies are back in the big time. And it is truly a landmark day in the proud history of West Bromwich Albion. They can scarcely contain their emotions. And confirmation too that the final whistle has gone at Hillsborough. Wolves have only drawn. Wolves, West Brom's greatest rivals, are only in the playoffs. West Bromwich Albion's season is at an end, so is their journey, and so is the anguish of being outside the top flight for 16 long and arduous seasons. Darren Moore set them on their way. Bob Taylor, how appropriate for him, sealed it with his 131st goal for the club he served so well for so long. And now many of the players are actually lost in the crowd. And I pity the 2 linesmen who got precious little opportunity from the referee to seek the sanctuary of the tunnel. 1 one by one in dribs and drabs. The victors make their way through to be greeted by the manager who has styled himself as one of the fans. Great affinity between Gary Megson and these jubilant followers of West Brom. It's 26 years since last West Brom were promoted to the top division of English football. Last time they did it on the ground of Oldham Athletic. This time, the party is at home. It's all the better for the wait. There are no more passionate supporters, and there is the club's record goal scorer, Tony Brown, Bomber Brown, who scored the goal that took them into the top division last time, 26 years ago this week. And what a contrast between the Hawthorns and Hillsborough. 20-odd thousand on the pitch in the West Midlands in South Yorkshire. Wolves troop off disconsolately, having held an automatic promotion place for the vast majority of the season, but now it is they who face the agony of the playoffs.
Well, obviously we're elated. It's going to take a while for it to sink in, but when we go out there, I'm sure it'll be something to treasure. I'm sure.
When you get out there, I think you mean if you get out there, don't you?
Yeah, we can't go out there whilst it's like that. It'll be a bit too dangerous for the players, but it's understandable. 16 years of being in a division that they don't think they should be in, so at least we're where they want to be.
You asked for a cauldron of noise. You certainly got it.
We get it all the time, to be honest to them, but we just want it a little bit louder, and you can hear it now. It's been like that for ages.
The first goal seemed to settle you down a bit. It was perhaps to your benefit that it came early on.
It didn't come as early as Wolves because, like we said, let's just make sure that we keep it tight. Let's try and get it won in the first 20 minutes and we'll settle down a bit. And then within a minute, I think it was, we found out that Wolves had taken the lead. So obviously this game now we needed to win. But we were thankful to score when we did because it did steady us down.
I saw that somebody whispered in your ear that Wolves were 1-0 up, but you didn't communicate it to your players. Was that was the plan throughout, was it?
Yeah, it wasn't important that the players knew because they knew the result that they needed to get, and then it didn't matter anywhere else. But it was, if Wolves had been drawing 1-1 and we'd have been drawing, then obviously we need to temper our going forward a little bit. But it was the one result that we wanted, we got, which was a win.
And it's all been achieved on really a shoestring budget.
Well, a shoestring compared to some, but decent money compared to others. But that's what the First Division's all about. So now we've got a lot of work to do, but we'll enjoy this, and then we'll see what kind of a football club we have next season. But at the moment, we need to take stock. You can go in the dressing room with your cameras in a minute, and you can see why people are actually in the game.
Plans for a big party tonight?
No, there haven't been any plans made because it was impossible to make plans. You can't be saying we're going to do this and we're going to do that because we didn't know what division we were going to be in. All we said to them today at half-time is you go out of there as First Division players, make sure you come back in as Premiership players, and they've done that. It wasn't pretty, but it was about the result.
Gary Megson, Premiership manager, how does it feel?
Well, it's true. I'm a First Division manager because we haven't kicked a ball there as yet. So, but at this moment, it's a relief more than anything else, and I'm sure that once we get out there and share this with the people who really deserve it, it'll sink in a little bit.
And just finally, Gary, as usual, you kicked every single ball out there. How much chewing gum did you get through today?
one or two sticks, I'm sure, but that's just nerves, and I don't even know how many I've had, but that's how I manage. It's not right for everybody, but it's right for me, and that's how I do it. Certainly at the moment, whilst I'm 42.
Brilliant achievement, Gary. Well done. Go and enjoy it.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Danny, what a fantastic moment for you.
Brilliant, man. Brilliant to get back in the Premier League. All the boys deserve to be, man. We've been working for this all year and we're just so happy now that we've finally done it.
The fans were utterly amazing today, weren't they?
Well, yeah, that's the main thing that we've done it for this year. It's been a topsy-turvy season, but we're glad we're back there for the fans.
I'll let you boing, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Phil, what a fantastic day for you.
Oh, absolutely unbelievable. Everything for us, the supporters, whole club deserves this.
The fans were utterly amazing today. The noise was just tremendous from the start to the finish.
Brilliant all season, to be fair. And we knew today, if we had something to ride on it, it'd be absolutely tremendous. And again, they've shown it that you can't ask for better support in this country.
And I mean, to win 2-0, every tackle was fought for. You really approached the game in the right way, didn't you?
Yeah, we had to. We've worked hard for this today. I know that's because of lots on the game. But yeah, they made us work hard. They didn't come here and roll over. We worked hard for the goals. We had a lot of chances. Didn't stick all of them away, but at the end of the day, we only needed one because we kept another clean sheet.
Must be a very proud man tonight.
Oh, not wrong. I think a proud bloke for all of them. Everyone's come here to get into the Premier League, and that's where we are now.
It was sort of appropriate, really, that you got the second one after all these years at Albion.
Yeah, I mean, since I've been here, today everybody's been saying it's written in the script for you. I didn't want to believe it. I just wanted to win. We've won, and I got a second goal, which obviously, put distance between us. Absolutely fantastic, everything. We were getting the Wolves score relayed to us and all that, and we heard Sheffield Wednesday just missed a penalty, so we're on tenterhooks, but we're there now, and that's all that matters.
You've seen the Albion crowd fairly animated over the years. They were fantastic today, weren't they?
Oh yeah, fantastic. They've been like this before. When we got promotion through the playoffs before, they were like this. It was another atmosphere, exactly the same. That's what we wanted, that's what we asked for, and they give us it. They always give us it, and never let us down.
Well, what a wonderful day for you and everybody at Albion.
It's absolutely fantastic. It hasn't sunk in yet, really. Just absolutely fantastic. Too good to be true.
Yeah, and the fans today really played their part, didn't they?
They were fantastic. Even in the warm-up, they were cheering us on. It was just a once-in-a-lifetime game, and I really enjoyed it. It was fantastic.
You were getting news about the Wolves game all the time?
Well, you can hear them a couple of times cheering, but you didn't really, know what. Know what was going on. We just had to concentrate on our game, and in the end, it didn't matter what they'd done.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's been a lot of hard work this season. Brought it down to one game, and to win it 2-0 was a fantastic result for us.
The attitude was absolutely right from your players from the word go, wasn't it?
It has been all season. That's why we are where we are, because the great bunch of lads, really honest bunch, work very hard, and we've deserved everything we've got this season. A lot of people didn't fancy us to do it. We've showed a few people wrong, and we're all over the moon about it. We've gone along. We've gone along and we've gone along nice and quietly. No one's really been saying too much in the press from our side, and a lot of people have been saying things against us, but it's made us stronger.
Were you getting news of the Wolves score as you were playing?
No, not as we were playing. No, obviously you could hear people in the crowd cheering and stuff, for no reason. So we thought, they were probably. I don't even know the result now, to be honest. But well, it doesn't matter. We won, so their result doesn't matter. If we did our job here today, which we have, their result was immaterial.
Mind your back. What a fantastic moment for you.
It's a great moment, I'm just really pleased for everybody connected at the football club. It's a great achievement, and we're just going to enjoy the moment now. It's been hard work all over the season. We've been pushed right the way to the wire by Wolves and that, and we just want to enjoy this moment now,
Whoa, there you go. Neil, what a fantastic moment for everyone at the club.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, the fans have been brilliant. It was a great result today, you know. I couldn't be happier. We really dug in this season. You know, ever since the start of the season when we left, we sold Lee Hughes, we stuck together. Team spirit's fantastic here, and what a great day, you know.
Okay, you must be really proud for your family too.
Really proud, you know, really choked before the game. I was a bit emotional and that, but it's turned out brilliant, and these are the days you get to remember, you know. This is what you play football for.
It's moments like this you've got to savour, and we put a lot of hard work into this, so enjoy the moment, and looking forward to the Premiership next season.
Everybody was very impressed with the way you handled this game. The attitude seemed right from the word go, and it's a very difficult game.
Yeah, it wasn't such a bad thing we had to go and win the game, because we got after it and chased them down, and it wasn't pretty to watch a lot of best of times, but it was too important, the result, and we had to get the result, and that's all that mattered. And I think we showed a great hunger, and that's been there all season, and we went the final bit today, and we thoroughly deserved it.
Cheers! It's been come on! It's been amazing. It's been Gary Megson, who they're chanting for now, has completely turned this club down. We were nearly relegated when he came. He's bought some great players, not spent much money. We've totally deserved to come up. We've been tight at the back. We've managed without our star striker. We've just been fantastic. Gary Megson! We've waited, as you know, 16 years for this. And everybody here, you know, there's kids here that have never seen us in the top flight ever. And now, I still can't believe it. Next season we'll be seeing Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, down here playing against the Albion like it should be.
And do you relish the challenge?
I just want to stay up there, and I just hope all the fans remembering all this celebration. One thing, I really wish Jeff Astor was here to see this today. He'd have been so chuffed, I tell you, so chuffed.
Back to the glory days of Jeff
I tell you, who knows? Just want to, you got to be in it to win it. Let's just get in there, see what we can do. But nowadays, you've got to be in the Premiership to be a proper football team, and we're in there. We're in with the best. We'll be on all the stickers. We'll be on ITV on a Saturday night. We're a big team again. My message to the club is, I love you whether you're in the Premier League, whether in Division 1, Division 2. I don't care. I've always loved this club. I always love them. I always will love them.
An amazing day for the fans.
Listen to them. You know, we've got great fans. They've been here through thin and thin. And now we've got a bit of joy. Let's make the most of it. God bless you.
He captured the attention of a footballing nation. Albion were headline news both locally and nationally. Albion's achievement in black and white. It's time to reflect on the enormity of their astonishing achievement. Open-top bus toured the Black Country. A civic reception and medal ceremony awaited at the town hall. Players and their families, fans and officials joined to show their appreciation for a season that no Albion fan will ever forget. The Battle of the Black Country had been decided, and promotion to the Premiership was Albion's prize.
Andy Johnson. Thank you, Andy Johnson. Now a man who's been a tower of strength at the back, Phil Gilchrist. Can you just remember when he wanted to play on with his shoulder dislocated? Brilliant. Fantastic. And next, without doubt, one of the players in the Nationwide who will be at home in the Premiership, the goalkeeper, Russell Holt. Next year for charity. We had a bet last night who finished first. I'll tell you what, he's been more than a breath of fresh air to this part of the world. Who else? The gaffer, Gary Nixon. with the Please welcome, alongside Gary, please welcome the chairman of West Bromwich Albion, Paul Thompson. Just like to say a few words to you. I've had, over the last few days, as you can well imagine, I've had hundreds and hundreds of faxes, cards, letters, and congratulating myself, the players, the staff, the board, everybody connected with West Brom on going up. What I would say to you, if I had the time and if I had the dough, I'd send every one of you a congratulatory